Welcome to Bougie and Boring, a spa business podcast. I'm Amanda Luisa, a licensed skincare professional and spa owner. This podcast is all about creating a business that's both high-end and effortless. What I like to call bougie and boring, because the goal isn't chaos and overwhelm, it's simplicity and ease. I'll show you how to build a spa that runs smoothly, feels inspiring, and is so well structured, it practically runs itself. You'll learn how to create a business that's not just successful, but truly enjoyable to own. Let's get right into it. All right, this is an exciting episode because I'm going to be talking about how to make the offer to this incredible candidate that you have finally found. You're excited to bring them onto your team. Let's seal this deal with your ideal hire, okay? So welcome back to Bougie and Boring. So far, we have covered so many things that will help you hire the right kind of esthetician, the best esthetician. And now we're at the most exciting and probably nerve-wracking part, which is making the job offer. A great candidate won't stay on the market forever. So if you found someone who fits your spa's culture and meets your skill expectations, you need to move fast. But remember, we're not doing this recklessly. Okay, so in this episode, I'll show you how to confidently make an offer that your ideal hire wants and also ensure that it's still profitable for your business, okay? Because you need to make sure that it is profitable for your business. It's really important. So when to make the offer, okay? Don't rush it, but don't overthink it, okay? It's really tempting to hire too quickly because you're desperate or you're really, really excited. I feel like I was always hiring too quickly because I was so excited. I could not wait to get this person on my team, and I was just so excited. And it's just as bad as hiring out of desperation is what I'll tell you. So don't drag this process out and lose a great candidate. Okay, so that's just as important. The goal is to find the right balance between confidence and efficiency. So know that they're a right choice by asking yourself these questions, okay, throughout the 5 steps that we talked about in the last episode. Did they meet at least 80% of the criteria that you're looking for, right? There's a saying, and I wish I had the name of the person that talked about this, but he says that, I think it might be Dan Martell, actually. Don't quote me on that. But he says 80% done by someone else is 100% okay with me. So no one is going to be as good as you. No one is going to be as passionate or excited as you are. But if they're at least 80%, that's what you're looking for. That's great. They need to align with your spa culture and your values, and they need to be coachable and open to feedback, okay? So a red flag, if you're feeling hesitant and making excuses about why someone might work, or, seeing the clear reasons why they won't work, they're probably not the right fit. If they check most of your boxes and you can see them growing with your team, it's time to make that offer. So how do we make an irresistible offer? First, with competitive pay. But we need to make sure that we're balancing that competitive pay with profitability. Okay, so your offer has to be competitive enough to attract that top talent, but it also has to be sustainable for your business. So how do you set pay the right way? You can research your local job market rates for estheticians, factor in the experience and specialties like a lash artist or a microblader, things like that, and decide between hourly, commission, or a hybrid model based on what works for your spa. I will tell you that what I recommend to all of my coaching clients is to hire hourly. And there are many, many reasons why I recommend that, but you will avoid so many problems by hiring hourly, and it actually benefits the esthetician just as much, okay? When they're being paid hourly. So avoid underpaying because you're afraid of the overhead. Okay, that's something to really look out for, that it'll cost you top talent. The right hire will bring in more revenue than they cost. Okay, so the pay is important, but it's not the only factor. Let's talk about some other benefits that really matter, like flexibility, education, culture. Okay, people don't just choose a job based off of salary. They want quality of life. I know that a lot of us have gone into this industry because of the freedom and flexibility that we get to have when we work as an esthetician. And so when you're able to provide those things for your team and give them that independence and, the flexibility and a good work-life balance, that is going to be so much more important to them than getting paid more than anybody else. So if you can't pay top dollar yet, you can still attract great candidates with valuable perks. So some things that I have done that can make your offer more attractive is flexibility. So offering set schedules or work-life balancing options. I don't think I have ever denied someone time off for my business. I've been open since 2019, and I think only one time I did. And then later I went back and I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have done that. I'm so sorry. Go have fun. And it was like right at the beginning of me having a team. I think it was the very first person I ever hired, actually, that I did this with. And I'm like, why am I doing that? So I have almost always said, or gave someone the green light for time off. I'm in Illinois, so everybody gets paid time off. They can accrue it. So that's an option. And then also, there's an option for unpaid time off too. So having that flexibility is really important to getting work-life balance for your team member. Some ongoing education, providing trainings and mentorships. And this year is the year that we are renewing our licenses, and I pay for that. I pay for the CEUs. I pay for the license renewal. It's one of the perks of working for me. So another thing is culture, creating a positive, drama-free work environment. We always address the things that are going on, and we don't let things fester. I feel like we have really good communication, and we're able to thrive because of that. So most estheticians want to work somewhere that they feel valued and supported and given opportunities to grow. So make that clear in your offer. For example, I have an esthetician who she is starting a body care line, I suppose is the way to say it. But she's, been making these incredible body butters for herself, and then she started giving them as gifts, and then they've just turned into this bigger thing. And I love that for her. I think it is incredible. I have received some of her body butter as a gift in the past, and I still have it. I feel like I am nursing that thing because it is so wonderful and it feels so great when I use it, and it smells amazing. And so I want to, help her grow in that. I personally, so we at our spa have, we use Face Reality for our acne clients, and then we have a private label skincare line. And so recently I asked my SD, I was like, hey, would you be interested in helping me with some of our products? Because I'm about to go on maternity leave, right? I'm currently, at the time of this recording, I'm 33 weeks pregnant, and I could totally use some help. And there's another gal that also helps. She's my business assistant, and she does this as well, but she has a full-time job. She's just helping me on the side. And so I asked my SD, hey, would you be willing to step in whenever the business assistant can't help and I'm on maternity? And I really think this would be a great opportunity for you to learn more about how to grow your own body butter line. And I just saw her eyes light up. She got excited and she picked up on everything I said right away. And she's just been running with it. It's been really awesome to see. I know that a lot of this can sound really intimidating to a lot of owners out there who are like, holy moly, you're like giving her access to your private label skincare line and having her do things. And yes, you can look at it that way. There is still a lot of proprietary information that I do not give my estheticians when it comes to my private label skincare line. But I just have found that when you are open with someone and transparent and honest and human, you actually end up having a much better relationship with them, and they want to stay longer because they value that. So I would much rather have an esthetician that is trained and knowledgeable on the way that I do things because I trained her how to do it, than not train someone and have them stay and they're just dead weight at that point. Because now, when this particular esthetician doesn't have a client or has some free time or whatever the case, she can be working on these other things that are saving me so much time. And time is money, right? So if you hear that your esthetician maybe is interested in event planning, maybe they're like, oh, I've always wanted to be a wedding planner. Great. Maybe you put them in charge of doing a peel party event or an open house and give them a taste of that and just say, okay, this is how we do it here. This is how we're going to market. This is how we're going to set up for it. This is what the day of events are going to look like, and kind of put them in charge of that. And I bet you they will thrive so much. So support them, make sure they feel valued, and give them those opportunities to grow, because that's what they want. They don't want to be stagnant, right? So moving into the third point is show a clear path for growth, right? The best hires aren't just thinking about today. They're thinking long term. And if they see potential for growth and development with your spa, then they are going to be more likely to stay, based off of, the examples that I gave you just a second ago. So how do you show those growth opportunities? You can offer tiered pay increases based on their performance. You can provide leadership or training opportunities over time. And you can also just make sure you have clear expectations for how they can move up in your spa if that's something that they're interested in, right? So people commit to places where they see a future for themselves. Make sure that they know you're investing in their success, not just filling a spot on your team, right? So another example that I have that shows growth opportunities is a another one of my estheticians. She is so passionate about teaching. She and I were talking, we've been talking for the last actually maybe like 4 or 5 months. And she said, I really, really want to teach CEUs. And I was like, that's amazing. That is not an easy thing to do. And she would be so good at it. So good at it. And there really isn't much opportunity locally where I am at. There's not a whole lot of CEU classes offered. We usually have to go to St. Louis or Chicago or Indianapolis. If you're familiar with like just the general geography of Illinois. But I was like, oh my gosh, that is awesome. I want to help you do that. That's amazing. And so by bringing her expertise to my town, it's also going to help me because now I have somewhere I can go for CEUs, right? So in a way you could see this as like a selfish thing, but also like I am helping her achieve the things that she wants, and it is also helping me at the same time. So what I told her is, hey, listen, if this is something that you are really serious about, I am willing to pay for you to get your teaching license. Obviously, that is no easy feat, and the cost is quite large. But if she hits her numbers, so if she hits her numbers and, she agrees, I don't know, we haven't set anything up right now, obviously, because it's very fresh. And nothing has actually happened yet, but she and I could work out some type of deal where we can get CEUs and we don't have to drive hours and hours and hours and hours away to be able to get the education that we need to get every other year. So it helps her, it gets her excited, it gives her achievable goals to start reaching for, and it helps me because I'm investing in not just her success, but our success as a spa. So that's just an example there. If you are able to figure those things out about your potential candidate, that can be really helpful. So what are your next steps? Create a hiring checklist so that you can finalize your decision quickly and confidently, right? We don't want to rush it, but we want to be confident about it. And then make your job offer competitive. Make it appealing and structured for long-term success for this person. And if you're struggling with this, or if you want me to look over it for you, or if you just need help crafting the right offer for your business, please book a discovery call with me. Book a coaching call. I am just so happy to help you achieve this because a rising tide floats all boats. This is something that I have really become so passionate about in our industry, which is hiring a team of great people who are going to lift up not just your business, but the whole community that you guys are in. I just feel like that's my calling in life. Like this is my calling in life. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm so happy to help, and stay tuned for the next episode as well, because we're going to be talking about how your first hire is just the beginning. So what's next? We'll walk you through the onboarding and setting your new esthetician up for success. So I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye. If you found value in today's conversation, don't forget to subscribe or share with a spa owner friend. You can also leave a review on iTunes, and in the comments section, ask any question you want, and I'm so happy to answer it right here on the podcast. Ready for the next step? Schedule a free 30-minute discovery call to see how I can help you with your business. You can also head over to amandaluisaconsulting.com and grab a free resource. I've got so many good ones over there. Whether it's hiring, paying yourself more, overcoming burnout, I've got you covered with resources to help make your business bougie and boring. Peace and love, my friend. I'll talk to you soon.